while you guys are still getting set up, we will start with Steph. Why don't you go around the room and tell everybody watching who you are and what you do and where they can find you.
Okay. Yeah, well, hi everybody. I'm Steph. I go by Steel City Steph most places on the internet. That guy down there is Brad. He goes by Steel City Brad most places on the internet. Let me go ahead and I'll get our links for you. I'll paste them in chat. Um, we are relatively newly minted content creators. We've been around the uh, Commander stream guest scene for about a year, a little over a year. But recently in the last couple of months, I've started doing our own like content journey here, and so we do a little bit of streaming. We do some variety streaming on Twitch on the Steel City Stuff Twitch, and yeah, and we were fortunate enough to be selected as MTG ambassadors for Foundations. So if you give us a follow, you'll see probably a lot of Foundations stuff between now and a few weeks from now. So um, definitely excited about that as well. And as far as events coming up, we will be at Eternal Weekend in Pittsburgh in a few weeks here, and then a few weeks after that, we will be at PAX Unplugged. So if you're planning on being at either of those, feel free to reach out and let us know. We'll see if we can get a game.
Awesome. Ron, you're up next.
Hello, I am a girl named Ron. Everywhere usernames exist. Feel free to follow me on any socials at all of my socials are pinned in my link tree. So linktree/ a girl named Ron. And I'm a girl named Ron everywhere. So you can find me pretty easily. That's the username, no spaces. Um, I will also be at PAX Unplugged. That is in Philly in early December. That's the only con that I have remaining for the rest of the year. I'm a full time teacher, so it's really, really hard for me to take off to attend cons, though I try to, and I try to make it work as best as I can with my work schedule, which is crazy. But my next definite con is PAX Unplugged. I'm looking very forward to it because it is no electronic games, only TCGs and tabletop games and TTRPGs, which is super fun. And today I am playing a Fallout Commander that is my namesake. It is Veronica, and I'm very proud of it. And it is a deck that I'm not super comfortable with, so I'm excited to continue to play it on the stream. And I care very, very much about causes like Extra Life. So I'm very grateful that you have me on and included, and I'm grateful that you're doing this charity. So thank you so much for including me.
Absolutely. You're always fun to play with.
Thank you.
Brad, I don't know if you want to add anything to what Steph said, or
No, I mean, I think Steph pretty much covered it, unless you want me to talk about what deck I'm playing.
you
I
can do
didn't talk
that
about
for
what
sure.
deck I'm playing either, so we are behind in that regard.
Do you want to do the thing?
We can, yeah. I'm playing Kolfenor the Last You. This is in a Aristocrats deck, but the engine is squirrels, so we're gonna sacrifice squirrels willy nilly and try to make my opponents hurt whenever I do that.
And I am playing Garth One Eye with his best friend Zerta the Dawnwaker. The main goal of this deck is to just make so many Shivan dragons. Like more Shivan dragons than my playmat has room for, and then win with combat damage. It does have a little bit of combo potential. If I get Emil the Blessed, watch out for that. That is the linchpin in the combo, and I only have one of what Emil does. So if you get rid of that, then combo successfully shut off. But other than that, just a bunch of dragons
Gotcha.
Of the Shivan variety.
of the specifically of the Shivan variety
Very
from the
Shivan.
area of Shiv.
And I love the graphic you got there. That's all.
Oh, thank you.
Very
Yes,
professional.
I'm quite proud of it. You know me. There's one thing about me, it's that I'm professional.
You are. If everyone's got like 2d6 handy, we can roll to see who's going to go first. I rolled a 6, dead center.
I rolled 11.
Got 9.
7.
All right.
11 goes first. Also, I am playing.
No! Every time I've rolled the winning dice roll, I've always lost. So,
Oh no.
like,
I'm playing Dina Soul Steeper, so it's just about life gain, trying to gain as much life as possible. I got the Aetherflux Reservoir in here, of course, to try and be somewhat of a win con. And she's a little bit different now because she wasn't doing what I wanted. The only time she won was with the Exquisite Blood combo, and I didn't like only winning with that, so I took the tutors out. I left the cards in, but I then decided to make her life gain infect. So now she's got a bunch of green black infect cards in there to try and poison my opponents while I gain life.
All right.
All
Let
right.
me mulligan because I did not do that earlier.
And it's
I
simple
didn't even
mulligans.
look
You can just
until it was like, oh, you're first. I'm like, oh,
yeah, don't worry about it. Like just grab next 7. You don't have to shuffle after every one and just keep 7 cards.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah, it's very
All
casual.
right, let's see. All right, I'll see what the
There
next
we go.
7 brings, and if it's a trash, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And we're the last pod, so you don't have to rush. We can play. If the game takes a while, it's fine. If we get a couple games in, awesome.
Okay, I've got lands, so it's a good sign. This is a good
Lands are good.
sign.
Yes.
All right, oakley dokley. I suppose I'll draw a card. I start, right?
Yes.
I'll draw a
Yep.
card. I'm going to mountain and pass. I've got no big turn 1 plays.
Fair and balanced magic. Love to see it.
All right.
Nice, fair, even magic. Look at that.
Um,
Who would have thought?
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Look at us.
Not
Just
me.
a bunch of friendly gamers.
I'm gonna play this Arid Mesa that I'm gonna fetch for Jet Bear's Garden and pass.
What a try hard.
I know I'm over here playing fetch lands.
I'm going to play a forest. I will pass. Fair and balanced magic.
All right. I will draw. I will play forest, and I will pass.
Copycat.
Alright, I will draw. Okay. I will play a reliquary tower, and I'll tap 2 and play a thought vessel, and I'll pass.
Gosh,
Too long to look through your deck, Brad.
I know it was one of the last cards that I searched in the deck.
Game delay. Points off.
I know. I'm basically the worst. Alright.
I'm basically the worst. That's how you have to say
Yeah.
it.
I like that.
Draw. I will play Rafine's Tower and pass.
Turn.
Look at that fair magic.
Play a swamp.
Yeah.
Tap 2 for this beautiful altar version token proxy. That I wonder where I got this from. Oh right, it was from some Steel City people.
Whoa.
Yeah, Dina Soul Steeper. So she's a 1/3. Whenever I gain life, each opponent loses 1 life, and I can pay 1 and sacrifice another creature to make Dina get plus X plus 0 till end of turn. And I will pass turn.
All right. I will tap and draw. I will play a swamp and pay 2 into a Thorn Vault Forager, and I will pass the turn.
We'll draw. Wow. Okay. I will play a mountain. I will tap 1 for a soul ring. That is, of course, in the glare. Sweet. I will 1, 2, 3, 4 play a Nyx Lotus tapped, which is not doing anything because I don't have any red mana just now. But it'll be useful later, maybe.
Eventually.
Maybe. And I'll pass.
Alright, we'll untap. And we'll draw. We'll play Xander's Lounge, and I will pay 2 for Sting the Glinting Dagger, which is an equipment that gives the equipped creature +1/+1 in haste. It untaps the equipped creature each combat, and if it happens to be blocking or being blocked by a goblin or orc, it is first strike. But I will pass.
Okay. Tap up, keep draw. Play a swamp. I will tap 3 for a cultivate. I think I'll get 2 forests or 2 forests out of the thing. So 1 to the battlefield tapped and 1. Like I always say, if you got green in your deck and you're ramping, go for green. Comes on the battlefield tap. This goes to me hand. I will move to combat. Ron, you are doing a lot of ramping over there. Take 1 for your hubris.
All right. For my transgressions.
Yes.
You know what you did, Ron. You know what you did.
I know.
And I will pass turn. That was Commander.
Oh,
I
I
highly
see.
doubt it's going to matter. If it does, something went wrong with the whole game.
I will play plains, and I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Spicy.
Never trust
Suspicious
Steph.
even. Suspicious even. All right, I'm gonna draw a card. I will play a wasteland as my land for turn. I will tap 2 for a runaway steamkin. Whenever you cast a red spell, If Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3 1/1 counters on it, put a 1/1 counter on Runaway Steamkin. Remove 3 1/1 counters and add 3 red mana. I will 1, 2, 3, and I'll cast Veronica, which will put a counter on the Steamkin. And with my 2 remaining, I will 1, 2. I'll cast a Containment Construct. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. And I'll pass the turn.
All right.
Sorry, I'm
Well,
trying to avoid the glare. It's like a weird spot.
Playing Island. I will pay 3 for Kiora, Behemoth Beckoner. We'll have 7 loyalty. Let's -1 Kiora, so she'll be at 6 to untap target permanent, and then I will play this Triskaidekaphile. It's a 1/3. I have no max hand size. At my upkeep, if I have exactly 13 cards in my hand, I win, and I can pay 4 mana to draw a card. I currently have 4 cards in my hand. I will pass.
I literally have that. I finally like grabbed that and the Tree of Perdition or whatever, and like I want to build an Unlucky 13 deck like around those cards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I just don't know how to exactly I want to do it, but I want to do it at some.
I was born on Friday the 13th on a full moon, and I have yet to build a Tree of Perdition deck because when I was learning to play Magic, literally like I knew nothing. Like I was like a toddler in Pampers. Somebody Tree of Perdition me and basically did the equivalent of like get wrecked nerd, and I never forgot it, and I was like traumatized by Tree of Perdition, and to this day I was like, I motherfucking hate green, I motherfucking hate Tree of Perdition, fuck you number 13. And like I love 13, and I was so offended by Tree of Perdition that I was like, never again. Like it was so
You gotta
traumatizing.
reclaim that mess.
I
That's
know,
funny.
and I love Triskaidekaphile because I have it in my Queen deck, and I'm like, okay, I love this 13 because it's blue and it has nothing to do with trees. But in my mind, I was like, Tree of Perdition, get fucking wrecked! Like I hate you. I was so upset
That's
about
hilarious.
it, and like I'm traumatized. It's 3 years later, and I'm still like, Tree of Perdition, curses.
How dare you mention
like,
that in my presence?
Yes, yes, exactly. I'm still there. It's still emotional for me.
I'm tapping for Beast Whisper, and I will then pass.
Okay, I will draw. I will play a Bountiful Promenade. And I'm gonna pass. We're just gonna keep passing. We're just
Ooh,
gonna
I don't.
keep passing.
Either something's wrong, and I'm sorry, or you've got some serious machinations going.
Yeah, I'm
No,
scared.
it is one of those two things.
Definitely got my butthole tight. I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna play? All right. Oh snap, this is spicy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play. You love her. You love to hate her. Temple of the False God.
Right on time.
Yep.
I know the flavor. Okay, and I'm gonna play. Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna play Glinthorn Buccaneer. It has haste. Whenever you discard a card, Glinthorn Buccaneer deals 1 damage to each opponent. I've cast a red spell, so I'm gonna put a 1/1 counter on the Steamkin. Okay. I'm gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm gonna use my Nyx Lotus for 4. Though I only need 2 of it. I'm going to cast Junk Jet, and when Junk Jet enters the battlefield, I create a junk token. That'll put a counter on Runaway Steamkin, and I will make a junk.
Any tokens?
Yields. I
Hashtag
have,
not
like, the
sponsored.
gross-
Hashtag just awesome.
Yeah,
Infinite
I have the
tokens.
grossest Infinite tokens. They're so like cruddy, and I was like, "You've made new ones. I need them." All right, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4. I only used 2. Dare I use more? Okay, I guess I could use 2 more and 1 from the Reliquary Tower for a Crimson Caravaneer double strike trample. Whenever Crimson Caravaneer deals combat damage to a player, create a junk token. So it's got the semi tummies. It's not gonna do any combat damage just now. I'm gonna use my soul ring to equip my junk jet to Veronica because it equips for 1. And it says sacrifice another artifact, double equipped creature's power until the end of turn. And that's for 3. So I'm gonna tap 3. I'm gonna sack a junk to double Veronica's power. And I'm gonna swing a 6/6 menace Veronica at Brian for commander damage.
Wow, that's like a bit of an escalation off of my 1 commander damage to you. I don't think that's
Hey,
good.
buddy, I don't want to hear
Baby.
it.
Listen, the clapback is hard, okay?
I guess I'm taking
6 commander damage. And it says
Ron
whenever
works hard, but Ron works
Veronica
harder.
attacks, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more non-land cards for the first time, create a junk token. So I will discard Megatron's Fate. So I will create a junk token and I will draw a card. And that will be my turn, I believe. Oh, whenever you discard a card, Glinthorn Buccaneer deals 1 damage to each opponent. So at because I've discarded, each opponent loses 1.
Good.
All right. Well, untap and draw.
Brad, you're no longer the worst.
Yay!
This deck
We did
fucking
it.
is, I worked so hard on this because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I never play red. I never play discard. I never play exile. And I was like, this is so out of my comfort zone. Like, I had to big brain energy this. And I was like, please be a good deck. Please be a good deck. Like, I manifested it so hard.
All right. I'm going to tap these 4 lands. I'm going to -1 Cure to untap Jetmir's Garden and tap it again, which will give me the classic Wooburg. I will cast my commander, Garth One Eye. When Garth enters, he is a creature with power 4 or greater, so I will draw a card because Kiora says I'm allowed to do that.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And that's all I can do. I'll pass.
Okay, tap up, keep draw. Play a forest for turn. Tap black and 2 others for Marauding Blight Priest. 3/2, whenever I gain life, each opponent loses 1. Then I will tap a black and 2 others for Sedgemoor Witch. Menace 3/2, pay ward of pay 3 life. Whenever I cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, make a 1/1 black pest token. Oh, and I draw a card. I played 2 creatures, so I will draw a card off of Beast Whisperer. One of the reasons why I played him first. Right. What's that?
Said sequencing.
Yes, that's as important. But you know what? I don't really have any good attacks because everybody is still wee tiny babies. I'm gonna pass.
End of your turn, Brian. I'm gonna pay 4. We're gonna you activate this Thorn Vault Forager's ability to search my library for a squirrel and put it in my hand. I'm gonna search for Hazel. Are you Hazel? I know you're here. There's Hazel. We'll put Hazel in my hand. All right. And then I will untap. And I will draw. Okay. I will play a forest. I will pay 2 for Squirrel Sovereign. And then I will pay 4 for Hazel. And then I will pass the turn. At the beginning of my end step, I haven't made any tokens this turn, so I don't get to make a copy of anything.
All
So,
right.
yeah, I will pass.
I will draw a card. I will. God, what will I do? Stupid fucking glare. God damn it. You know what? I think. Okay, hold on. I think these hold up better in the glare. That's okay. That's better. It's a Jun. It's junk.
A Jun
It's
token.
just a Jun token.
Jun amount.
Ghoul. I will play a Roadside Reliquary as my land for turn. I will play. I'm gonna sacrifice my junk to exile the top of my library, and I may play that card this turn. So let's see if it's playable. It's a Hedron Detonator, and I will play it. So I'm gonna pay 2 and a mountain for a Hedron detonator. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, Hedron detonator deals 1 damage to target opponent. I will put a counter on the runaway steamkin. I will remove no, actually 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna play Burgi. Um, Whenever you cast a spell, add a red mana until the end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Creatures you control can boast twice during each of your turns rather than once.
How
I'll
many
add
counters are on your Runaway Steamkin?
6.
I thought I could only have 3.
Um, it says whenever you cast a red spell, if Runaway Steamkin has fewer than 3 1/1 counters on it, put a 1/1 counter on it, remove 3 and add 3 mana. Okay. So I'll leave it at 3. I misread it. Okay. I'm going to I misplayed that, so that's my fault. And I will remove the 3 counters for a Descent into Avernus.
Woo, I love that card.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Which I suppose will put 1 counter back on it.
Now we're getting somewhere, chat. Clock is ticking.
Game's picking up.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of management with this deck. But we're getting there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move to combat. What's this? What's everyone's blockers? What's the power and toughness situation?
I have a 5/5 and a 1/3.
I have a 2/2 and a 4/6.
I have a 3/2, a
High five.
3/2, a 2/3, and a 1.
All right. I'm going to swing. Sorry, Steph and Brad. What are your blockers again? Because I just
2/2
went
and a
for
4/6.
Brian. 2/2 and 4/6.
I have a 5/5 and a 1/3.
5/5 and a 1/3. Okay. I'm gonna go. Hmm. What do I want to do? You know what? I feel like I should. I think I'm gonna hold up. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass this turn.
Okay. We'll
'Cause I
untap.
don't have anything to
draw.
discard right now, and I feel like discarding is essential to my plan. So we'll hold up.
Do you have no cards in hand?
No, I do. I have 2 cards in hand.
We just don't want to discard it.
No. It's they you get more value if they're not lands. So I have lands in hand. Spoiler alert.
I see.
All right. I am going to play the Sacred Foundry. I'm going to take 2 so it enters untapped. I would like to I'm going to pay 2 and I'm going to equip Sting to Garth. So now he gets +1/+1. He has haste, and at the beginning of each combat, I can untap him. I will then go to combat with Sting's trigger on the stack. I'm going to tap Garth. I'm going to get myself a Black Lotus because that's what the cool kids are doing these days.
I've heard that.
And I think you're the only one doing that.
Which, I mean, sounds like everyone's got to get cool.
Yeah.
You know? Sure.
And then the Sting trigger will resolve and untap Garth. And then I'm just going to roll right into my second main phase.
I'm not a fan of what you're doing.
I'm a fan of what I'm doing. Sting is a really good card.
Sting is a
turns
really
out.
good card.
I will. I guess I can play another creature. Let's do that. I'm gonna pay. So I'm gonna tap these 3. I'm gonna tick down Kiora to untap this, and then tap it again. So I have 2 green, and I'll play Sereth, the Viper's Fang. Says my tapped creatures have other tapped creatures I control have Death Touch. Other untapped creatures I control have Hexproof, and I can pay 1 mana and tap Sereth to untap another target creature or land I control. And I think That's all I'm doing. I'll pass.
Tap upkeep draw. Play a swamp. Tap 2 for an arcane signet. Another 2 for rampant growth. Because I'm casting a instant or sorcery, I'm gonna search my library for basic land. Put the battle tapped and shuffle. I guess we'll there swamp at this point just to keep it slightly even. And command like oh my play here. Alright. Battlefield tapped. Got there. Then I will tap black and 2 others to play Phyresis Outbreak. Each opponent gets poison counter. Then each creature your opponents control get -1/-1 till end of turn for each poison counter its controller. I will get another pest.
Oh, nuts.
You poisoned me.
Did poison you.
Didn't
It's
poison
just a little poison. It's just one.
Ow, my blood hurts.
My precious blood.
Not my blood.
So, yeah, I still have not gained life in my life gain deck, so go me. I will pass turn.
But you've got some pests, and that's a good start.
Right,
You
I
have
can
some
block and
Those pesky pets. Pests.
I will play a
Pesticides.
swamp. I will pay 4.
testicles.
Oh, nuts.
I will play an
Not the
acorn
vesicles.
catapult. Speaking of nuts,
Nice segue.
right? Thanks. I will be here all night. I will pay 1. I'm gonna deal a damage to Hazel. When I do, I make a squirrel token. We love this. And then I will go to my end step, and because I have so at the beginning of my end step, I make a token that's a copy of target token I control. If it's a squirrel, I make 2 tokens instead. So I will have a total of 3 squirrel tokens.
Look at you go,
I like it.
My turn.
being squirrely.
I will pass.
Faced off against too many squirrels these
Alright.
last 2 days.
God.
Really?
I hope
They're
I
everywhere.
can do a thing.
I just
Alright.
haven't
I'm
played this
gonna
deck for
draw.
a while, so I feel bad.
No, I don't care. I'm just teasing. Squirrel decks are good. I mean, why wouldn't people?
All right, I'm gonna. Oh my god, this is so scary to me, but I'm gonna make an attempt. Okay, at the beginning of my upkeep, put 2 descent counters on descent into Avernus. Then each player creates X treasure tokens, and descent into Avernus deals X damage to each player, where X is the number of descent counters. So, I'm putting 2 counters on descent into Avernus.
Yep.
Everybody makes 2 treasure tokens and takes 2 damage.
Got it.
And I will do the same. I'll take the 2 dammies. All right. I'm gonna 2, 3. I'm gonna play Wild Wasteland. It says skip your draw step. That's terrifying to me. Skip your draw step. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
doing, but I'm scared.
You got this.
Anywho,
I mean, you've got enough mana that you can play pretty much anything you exile off that, I would imagine.
you would
So
think,
just
right?
strict card advantage.
You would think. I'm sweating my whole sight. Okay.
You're not even playing mono white.
I'm not even. Can you believe that's why I don't understand what's happening? Because I'm like, oh my god, this is red. I don't know what's happening. This is so unfamiliar to me. All right. Okay. What's the blocker situation?
I have
Money.
3/4, a 6/6, and a 1/3.
3, 4, 6, 6,
I
1,
have
3.
I have a whole lot of 3/3s. I have a 2/2 and a 4/5 or 4/6.
I have a couple of 1/1.
Not a whole lot. I'm sorry. I have 1/3/3. I have a whole lot of 2/2s and then a 4/6.
Okay. I'm going to pay 3, and I'm going to discard a treasure to double Veronica's power until the end of turn. I'm going to swing Veronica at Steph for 6/6 menace, and I'm going to swing. Oh, I had 2 treasures enter, so the Hedron detonator deals 1 damage to target opponent. So I will deal 1 damage to Steph and 1 damage to Brad because they're the highest left for the treasure tokens.
Sounds good. So I have a 6/6 with menace coming at me for commander.
6/6 menace. And I'm going to also swing the Crimson Caravaneer. Am I? No. I think that's all I'm gonna do is just Veronica. when she attacks, I may discard a card if I do draw a card. I'm gonna discard Brawlin. Whenever I discard a card, Glint Horn deals 1 damage to each opponent. So each opponent will take 1. And whenever I discard a card, I may exile that card from my graveyard. And if I do, I may play that card this turn. So I will play that card this turn. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Nyx taps for 10. I don't need that much, so I'm gonna do 1, 2,
Are we still in combat
3.
while this is happening?
Yeah, because it's an attack trigger. So I'm gonna play Brawlin, but the discard trigger on Brawlin doesn't activate because that was prior. Um
I
but
don't know that that
but
breaks
the
timing restrictions. I think you can just cast Browin this turn. I don't think you can cast it like at instant speed during combat, but I don't think it matters either way. Um, like I think it just means you can
okay,
cast
because
it at
it
some
was
point on your
just
turn.
whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card and play it. So I'm
But you
discarding
may
it
cast it this
off
turn.
of yeah, it says off of containment construct. It says you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. But I'm only discarding on attack from Veronica. So I have
Yeah,
to
yeah. So
attack first, discard, and then on discard, the containment construct triggers. And then I can
yeah,
play it.
so you'll discard the card and be able to play. You'll keep it in exile, and the ability that says you can play it this turn happens. But you're not. It doesn't say you can play it as at any time you would play an instant, or it doesn't say that you can break. So
Okay.
you can play it during your main phase, basically.
Okay.
And
Well,
so that's all that is.
it doesn't affect anything that's
Yeah.
happening
Like if you
anyway.
happen to discard anything during combat or anything, you wouldn't get that. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not affecting anything regardless. The attack
sure.
is still just Veronica.
I will
Which
take
is a
6
6/6.
commander damage, and I'll go to 29.
Um okay. Just making sure I'm not missing any other triggers. I guess it would put 1 counter on the Steamkin. Okay. I think I'm good.
All right.
All right, I'll untap. I will draw. All right, all right. Let's think. Yeah, well, quite.
Dazzle us, Brad. Dazzle us.
I'm trying. I can. Let's do this. Let's go 5. Cast Shoelane, the Teller of Tales. And then I will -1 Kiora to untap Jetmir's Garden. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 6, this over here, and tap Garth to cast Shivan Dragon. Behold, the mighty Shivan Dragon.
So mighty.
So I have a couple things going on here when I cast this. First, Tulane says when I cast a creature spell, I can draw a card, then put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield. So I'll do that. Draw. I don't have a land to put on the battlefield. Then when it enters, I will draw a card because its power is 4 or greater.
I'm pretty sure I had a Shivan Dragon in my sealed pool tonight, Brad.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's fun.
it's in Foundations.
It is, and it's an
Amazing.
uncommon.
It is an uncommon in
I'm
Foundations.
trying to not be offended by that.
I know. You really shouldn't. It's fine.
All right. So I have done those things. I will go to my combat step and we'll untap Garth because of Sting.
Yeah, that's really good.
And I'll pass.
How many cards you got in hand there, bro?
7.
Okay, getting there.
Classic. Classic 7.
Dang, full grip.
I will play a Blighted Woodland. I will have 2 green, black. Play Creekwood Liege. 2/2. Other black creatures get +1/+1. Other green creatures get +1/+1. And at the beginning of my upkeep, they put a 1/1 black and green worm creature token on the battlefield. Then, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tap 4 mana, tap Sacrifice Blighted Woodland to get up to 2 basic land cards. Battlefield tapped. Basically, whatever. Mine first. Forest. Oh, nice. One of each. Shuffle up. Got my mana situation going there. Real attacks because everybody is bigger now. Yeah, I think there's a lot of scariness going on. I will. Regrettably, I'll pass turn.
All right. end your turn, Brian.
Regrettably.
I'm gonna tap. I'm gonna tap this land, and I'm gonna Activate Hazel. I'm going to pay 2 life to tap X untapped tokens I control and add X mana in any combination of colors. So that gets me 3 mana. Try to pay 2 life here. So 3 mana plus the one I tapped down here. We're going to activate the Thorn Vault Forager again.
Is it
So
squirrel time?
Search my library for a squirrel. We're going to find Chatterfang, as one does.
I mean, seems like a strong play.
Yeah.
Where is Chatterfang here? Like most of my like key squirrel cards are not actually squirrels. They're like druids.
Yeah, right? It's so weird.
So, but that's okay. That is all right. We got Chatterfang. I think I have like 11 squirrels in my squirrel deck, and there's a ton of squirrel action in here. It's just not all squirrels. So Chatterfang will go into my hand. All right, and then I will untap and I will draw. Okay.
Yeah. Just to
I
say,
would
thanks
like-
guys for hanging out with us so long. Remember, you can still donate. Pinned to the top of the chat there. Even just a $5 donation would make a big difference, and you can pick one of those cool incentives. Give everybody a basic land, or give everybody a treasure. Let everybody scry to, get a clue, get a food, something like that. Or you can give me poison counters. Take me out of the game completely. All kinds of fun stuff. Just want
No, you're
to try
good,
and
you're
chill
good.
one more time.
Okay, totally fair, totally fair. I'm gonna try to sequence this appropriately. I'm gonna pay 3 to cast Chatterfang. I will then pay 1 to throw a rock or throw an acorn at Hazel, thus making a squirrel, thus making another squirrel. So we've got 5. And then I will tap Hazel to pay 2 life to tap 5 squirrels. So that's 5, 6, 7. I would like to cast Kindred Dominance on squirrels.
Oh, wow.
That's good. Destroy all
That could be
creatures that aren't
good.
squirrels.
Yeah.
That's going to make me big sad.
Me too.
I did notice that. Get rid of that Triskaidekaphile.
But I only have 7. Yeah, you got it. I got nothing to say about it anyway.
Kaboom, as it were.
Well,
All creatures that aren't squirrels, yeah?
Yeah.
so I will gain 2 life when they die. Will the Dina and Marauders see them die, right? Happens
Yeah.
at the same time?
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
I'm nodding my head like you can see.
So that means you will each lose 4.
Hi, Johnny. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
All
Each
right.
4.
Yep.
I will then move to my end step. Hazel says, at the beginning of my end step, I make a token that's a copy of target token I control. If it's a squirrel, I make an additional one. So I will make 2 tokens there, but Chatterfang says if one or more tokens would be created, I make those many, that many, plus that many squirrels. So I will make a total of 4 untapped squirrels at the end of my turn.
I don't like it.
Nope.
Doing some shenanigans over here.
I was one turn away from doing cool stuff.
If I had one more turn.
One more mana. All right, we are descending into Avernus again on Ron's turn, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
I'll pass.
All right. We are untapping on my upkeep. I will put 2 counters onto the Avernus. And each player then creates 4 treasure tokens and takes 4 damage.
Yep.
I also skip my draw step. At the beginning of my upkeep, I can exile the top 2 cards of my library and play them this turn. So my top 2 cards are both fucking lands. Yeah. I'm gonna do the hideaway land. It says, look at the top 4 cards of my library, exile 1 face down, and then put the rest on the bottom of my library. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are descending real good, Tom. Like we should. Good Magic player descent. Painfully, but
I'm
with
gonna
resources.
exile this one, and then I'm gonna put the rest on the bottom. All right. Alrighty. I'm gonna play Junktown as my land for turn, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna recast Veronica. I'm gonna equip the junk jet for 1, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna Crucible of the Worlds and be able to play lands from my graveyard, and I've got I will pass the turn.
All right. Well, untap and draw. Man, imagine having lands in your deck.
Imagine so like
Imagine Dragons.
I'm going to pay 2 for this demonic tutor. I will get this card.
Is it a land?
It's not. Hey, Steph, what's the greatest toughness of creatures you have over there?
6. Why would that matter, Bradley?
Unrelated to the demonic tutor that I just played, I'm going to cast this toxic delusion, pay 6 life to give all creatures -6/-6.
Love it.
Why are you the worst? The absolute worst.
Listen, if you're gonna wipe the board and but leave all your squirrels, then
Yeah.
Then you're gonna wipe the board and have no squirrels?
exactly.
Okay.
Now no one has any squirrels.
Now no one can have anything nice, and it's all Brad's fault.
I am okay with that. I'm on Brad's side this time.
Yeah.
And here I was donating money. I was trying to do it on Ron's turn, but it didn't work out.
I mean, that is your distaste for my opinion is devoid of the helping children. So I mean, they're two completely separate things. You can still hate me. Sorry, did you pass them? Or are you still doing stuff?
No, I'm still doing stuff. I'm gonna untap this land, and then I'm gonna pay 5. And I will cast Smith, the Returned King. Wow.
He's back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where you been, man?
When he enters, he's a creature with power 4 or greater, so I will draw a card. We got a land. Wow, look at me having lands. I will pass.
Untap, upkeep. Well, that is a thing, I guess. So we'll play that thing. Wait a second. Why am I doing
And then
that?
Ron, did your commander survive the toxic deluge?
How big was it?
It was for 6.
No, it did not.
Okay.
In fact.
Paying a green and a black, and then the
let
commander
me-
tax to recast Dina. In fact, we will play a different version of Dina.
We got 4. Because we got 4 last turn. Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, we got it. Okay, so I'm gonna tap 4 for Thran Dynamo. I'll tap Thran Dynamo. 2 more. Play Alamar's Archive. If I would gain life, I gain twice that much life. Instead, if I draw a card, except for my first one, I draw cards instead.
For you.
Then I will.
I love that for you.
I love that from me too. I'm gonna sacrifice 5 treasures down to 1
Oh, Lord.
to play
I did this.
Gray Merchant of Asphalt. So 1, 2, 3. So you're each going to lose 3 life, and I'm going to gain 3, 6, 9, 18.
Damn, we fine.
Yep, I thought of that too.
Okay, good. It wasn't just.
No, every time I do anything that ends in 6, 9, I was like, and that's 8, 6, 9. And
Hi, River.
hey, what's up, River? Thanks for stopping by again. But yeah, so I did that, did some wee damage, and gained some wee life. And I will pass.
Just a wee
bit.
Alright, I will untap and I will draw. Okay, I will play a land. I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to cast my commander.
And
No,
He's here.
just kidding. It's fine. Everything's fine.
But I just saw it now, Steph. So everybody, please draw 2 cards from Steph's generosity.
Wow, look at me
Yeah.
having cards in hand. I can't believe it. Who is she? I don't know her.
And then look at me drawing 2 lands.
Alright, I
Get him
will
out of the way.
then pay
He is, Tony. He's in the game.
4, going down to 2 treasures, to cast Teysa Karlov. And then I will pay those 2 plus an additional 1 to cast Cloakwood Hermit, which is an enchantment background thing. And I will pass the turn.
All right. On my upkeep, I will add 2 more to Descent into Avernus. I will make 6 treasure tokens. Everyone will make 6 treasure tokens and take 6 damage. All right. I will skip my draw step, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I will exile the top 2 cards of my library. I may play these cards. We've got Environmental Sciences and Reckless Fireweaver, which I will play. So I'm gonna do Reckless Fireweaver first. Let's do 1, a 2. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, Reckless Fireweaver deals 1 damage to each opponent. I have not played a land for turn. I can play lands from my graveyard, so I will. I will play a mountain as my land for turn.
We did Descend, didn't we?
We
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
yeah.
for 6.
Sorry,
6.
I just missed. I totally missed that, so I'm gonna be at
6
7 life.
treasures
That's
and
really
6
low.
life. And then I will pay 2 for search my library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into my hand, and then shuffle and gain 2 life. So I will search for a mountain. I'm going to put it in my hand. I'm going to shuffle.
Oh, and by the way, I did forget that whenever I gained that life, you did each lose 1 additional life off of Dina.
Okay.
Ow.
I'll lose that.
Oh.
Pew! 1 life.
I have a feeling I'm just dead on Brian's turn, and that's
That was I can't bounce Gary, so that was the thing. Unless I can gain a bunch of life.
Unwilling to...
different-
Oh, okay. 3, 7 of my 11 artifacts. That'll bring me down to 4. It's not a spin down. God damn it. To recast Veronica, I'll pay 1 to equip the junk jet. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I will 1, 2, 3. I will play a Thrill Kill Disciple. It has squad 1, discard a card. When Thrill Kill Disciple dies, create a junk token. I don't think I have a way of generating artifacts just now. And all of my creatures got the summy tummies, so I'll have to pass.
All right. I will crack this March Flats end step to get Endatha Triome.
While you search for that,
That one.
hey chat, I totally, I legitimately think I forgot to say this the entire night, like the last 6 hours, but I'm also matching all donations up to $150 tonight, as I did yesterday. So we are not there for the day, so make me spend my money. Chat, feel free to donate. Continue.
All right. So I will untap. I will draw. Wow. I just cannot. We're living life now, friends. We have that's 2 land drops in a row we got. We're loving it. All right.
Big lands, we're loving it.
Yeah. Let's go blue-green. Boop. I will play a Biomancer's Familiar. The only relevant part of Biomancer's Familiar is the activated abilities of creatures I control cost 2 less to cast, though this cannot reduce their cost to less than 1 mana.
Okay.
I will also pay 2. Let's do it this way. A red and a green to cast Agatha of the Vile Cauldron, who says
It was
activated.
Agatha all along. After
True.
all.
So it says activated abilities of creatures I control cost X less to activate, where X is her power. And similarly, this cannot reduce the cost to less than 1 mana. So at present, activated abilities of creatures I control cost 3 less to activate. I will just, well, we'll -1 Kiora to untap this Endatha Triome. And then I will pass the turn.
Tap, draw. Hey, it's not a land. I'll play an Evolving Wilds. Crack it for a ground. Come on. Here we go. Boom. Shuffle the deck. Put the deck down. Pick up the. Let's see. I'm going to tap mana. Play Alms of the Vein. Target opponent loses 3 life and I gain, which would be 6. For me, you just lose 3.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I realized after I said that it sounded like I meant you.
I was like blindly following, like, okay, sounds fair, fine.
I mean, if you want to take the extra life, that's fine.
I don't actually, but thank you for being honest.
And I gained life, so each opponent will lose 1 life off of me.
How dare.
And then,
How
cool.
very dare.
Yeah, I know. I dare. All the dare. I got 2/4 and a 1/3. They're not getting through anywhere. So we'll just have to see if Scent can kill some people. No card draw. Yeah, I will pass.
All right. End of your turn. I'm going to sacrifice a token, or I'm going to sacrifice a treasure to throw an acorn at Kolfenor, as one does. Sometimes you just got to throw acorns at your tree just to send a message.
Right.
That's just how it goes. All right. I will untap and I will draw. Okay. I will play a forest and I will pay 5 mana in a way that makes more sense than this. I will pay 5 mana to cast Sir Conrad the Grim.
Ooh.
I'm going to pay 2 to activate Sir Conrad's ability. Everybody's going to put the top card of their library into their graveyard.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to pay a treasure and this
Snarly,
to activate it again. Everybody do it one more time. So if there are any creatures that have entered... If there are any creatures entering your graveyard through those abilities, please lose a life for each one.
Okay.
So Ron had 2. Did you mill any, Brian?
I milled a land and
Okay, and you mill any creatures?
I milled a creature.
So we're each losing 3?
Everybody will lose 3. Yeah, I'm sorry.
3.
Okay. So then I will go to my end step. And a creature card was put into my graveyard from somewhere this turn, so I make 2 tapped squirrels. Thanks, Sir Conrad. You were really helpful.
Way to go, Sir Conrad.
I love Sir Conrad. I will pass the turn, and I think I just die to Descending into Avernus.
probably. I think it's going to hit for 9.
8.
Oh, 8. Oh, that's right.
Okay. At
Uh,
upkeep, I'm going to uptick 2. Everybody takes 8 and gains 8
Yeah.
treasures.
With that trigger on the stack, I'm going to activate Sir Conrad's ability twice, and we're gonna see what everybody takes. So I'm gonna, yeah. So 1 creature for me.
I also milled a
Twice?
creature.
I milled the creature.
I milled no creatures.
Okay, so everybody will take 3.
Okay.
I'm trying to force you to use your disenchant. I guess no, you would have already
Oh
had
no.
to do that.
I'm gonna pay a 1 white mana to gain 5 life
Oh yeah,
off
you
of
are.
Kenrith,
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm super dead.
and then we're taking 8.
I wanted to drag Brad down with me, but yeah.
Okay. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Okay. I skip my draw step and I exile the top 2. That is Vesuva and Camp. I guess I'll play Vesuva. What lands are in play?
I just have a variety of mana producing lands. They don't do anything fun.
Yeah, I just have base.
All right. Well, I'll chuck Vesuva. I'll play a mountain from my hand, and I will. No, actually, rather than play a mountain from my hand, I'll play the War Room from my graveyard with Crucible. And I will. Okay, so whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, Reckless Fireweaver deals 1 damage to each opponent. 8
Oh
eight
yeah.
artifacts entered, so 8 damage is dealt to each opponent.
Okay, I'm gonna activate Kenrith's ability 2 more times. That'll gain 10 life, so I will gain a total of 2.
He's hanging
Yeah.
in there, everybody.
Hanging in there.
Oh, wow, you got so many treasures. You can just keep doing that.
Yes, my strategy right now is Bronze Descent into Avernus.
Darn it! Thought I had a chance. You
I'm
outpaced
gonna
me.
go to 9 to play this from exile. I'm gonna play a camp. Whenever a fortified land is tapped for mana, put a 1/1 counter on top of the creature you control. I don't have a fortified land just now, but it's good to have. But it is an artifact, so it'll deal another damage to each opponent.
My strategy is Ron's descent into
Yeah, the important line of text here is Kenrith. One of Kenrith's ability does say target player gains 5 life.
Right.
Oh, so you're
So
trying to keep Ron alive?
I'm just gonna keep Ron and me alive until Descent into Avernus
Oh
kills the both of
snap!
them.
Oh snap! Okay.
That's my
I'm
plan.
That's incredible. I like that.
I'm gonna 1, 2, 3 and War Room, and I'm gonna pay 1 life. What to draw a card? Cool. It's just another land. It's fine. Everything's fine. Only lands. Only lands.
Check me out on my website, Only Lands.
Okay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna tap my Nyx Lotus for 6. I'm gonna sack my Junk Town for 5 and create 3 junk tokens, which will be 3 artifacts, and everybody will take 3.
I'm gonna gain 5 more life from Kenrith.
How? Why?
No, he's got 13
He
treasures,
has
so he
so many
can
treasures.
activate it 13
Oh, okay.
times and gain.
It's the treasures. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to use up all of his treasures, otherwise he'll just outpace every sneaky Brad.
Kenny be Kenny, though.
I'm gonna figure it out. Hold on.
Chat, redeem the $5 for drawing a card because I need to draw cards. I don't have anything except for a land.
I'm gonna pay. Actually, I have 1 floating from the Nyx Lotus. I'm gonna pay into the Thrill Kill. I'm gonna squad 1 and discard a card. And off of Veronica, whenever I discard a card, I will create a junk token. So I'm gonna discard
So
a
squad happens
land.
when you are casting a spell. Like squad is an additional cost to cast.
What do you mean?
Like
Is
so
it?
like it's like kicker, right? Like
Uh-huh.
you say I'm gonna cast Thrill Kill
Oh,
Disciple
so I
and
can't do
squad it
that. Like
twice.
it's not an ability anytime.
Right. It's you. So it's an extra cost you pay while you're casting it, and then you get the tokens as you're casting it.
I see. Okay, thank you. That's I'm not super familiar with all of these like specialty deck things. Okay, I see. Never mind. I'm gonna rewind it back. You saw nothing.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Let me think. Think. Okay, I'm gonna use the one floating and one treasure token to sack the roadside reliquary and draw a card if I control an artifact, which I do, and draw a card if I control an enchantment, which I do. Does that mean I draw 2 cards? Okay. There's more I can do here. Use your brain, Ron. Use your brain. God damn it. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna sacrifice a junk to exile the top. It's a fucking land. Cool, cool, cool. Nothing there. I'm gonna exile a junk. Well, discard a junk. Crime novelist. Okay. I will play crime novelist off of the top of my library. Whenever I sack an artifact, I put a +1/+1 counter on crime novelist and add a mountain. So I will pay 1, 2, 3 for that. Crud. All right. God, why do you have so much life, Brian? Gosh,
I only have 18.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
It used to be more, but then things happened. You actually
What's
happened.
your
And everything changed from the Fire Nation attack.
Yes.
what's your blocking situation,
You know, Brad's gonna be able to gain a whole bunch of life.
Brian? What's your blocking
Don't you shush me.
Again, I reiterate.
You're so beautiful. You're so pretty, but what's your choice?
It is a 2/4 and a 1/3.
A 2/4 and a 1/3 doesn't sound strong.
It does not, but the
Okay,
hey, I can kick a player at instant speed. It does see no.
it's true. I mean, I'm hanging by a thread here. Okay, I got 2 life, so I'm just risking it for the biscuit.
I
here.
understand.
I would like to. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna sack a treasure to double Veronica's power. And I'm gonna swing at you, Brian, for a 6 menace commander damage with Veronica.
Thank you, Tom, for the donation. Okay, so you redeemed a. Everybody draws a card, so we can all do that right now.
All right.
Now I get to draw 2 because of Alchemar's Archive. Yay me! Nothing is an instant. Going to help me. But that was still. Thank you very much for the donation and the card draw. God dang it, Ron. If I double block, then I'm just open to Brad's attackers. Although, how big are your stuff, Brad?
I have a 5/5, a 2/2, and a 1/1.
No, not super 5, 6. Still more.
It hits for 10 on Ron's upkeep.
Yeah.
Does it do be that way?
I guess I will take six more commander from you.
What a champ.
I am. I hope the biscuit was worth it. Is that it?
That's all.
All right. Well, untap. I will draw a card. Look at that. 3 land drops in a row. I'm playing real Magic now, friends.
Wow. The big leagues.
I don't believe at the present moment I need to do much of anything, so I will pass.
Oh my gosh. That's so scary.
I'm just going to save my manas.
Untap. Upkeep. All right. This is an interesting setup. So I'm going to use 5 treasures down to 10. Cast Exquisite Blood. Whenever an opponent loses life, I gain that much.
Oh.
And then, since there are biscuits on the line, we might as well risk for them. I'm going to tap a black, and then go ahead and pay 11 life for Bond of Agony. Each other
you
player
wanna pay 11
loses
life?
11 life. And then I will...
I'm dead.
Well, Brad can do stuff, but when you lose that life, I will...
I can't. I'm dead.
You got to pay 11 life as the cost, right?
Yes, I did. Oh, I didn't hit enter, sorry.
Yeah. So
Here we go.
that's before it resolves. So you got to pay that. So right now you're
I
at
got
1. So
nothing.
Brad has a way
nothing.
to reduce you before that happens.
I'm sure it does.
But
But
I
I'm
don't know.
still dead, right?
Well, maybe not.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
It's
Bond
going
of
to
Agony.
depend
What?
on.
Oh
If
my
Brad
god.
can kill Brian with Bond of Agony on the stack, Bond of Agony doesn't resolve.
I
Okay.
don't know that I can kill Brian, but I can. Okay, so Ron was at 2 life. Gosh, you're really making me think here, Brian.
I know, right?
I mean, There are biscuits on the line.
There are.
biscuits on.
I was promised
This is
biscuits.
a
I must go for them.
this is a temporary solution to what I think is a much bigger a long-term problem. But I'm gonna pay 1, and I'm gonna have to exile your commander, Brian.
Okay.
And then after that has resolved, I will pay 2 white, and Ron, you can gain 10 life.
What? And that was from 2, right? So I'll be at 12.
Yeah. And then I will pay 1, 2 mana, and I will gain 10 life.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go to 16, 12.
Biomancer's Familiar is just really good.
And then I am fine with resolving the Bond of Agony now.
Okay. So then you will each lose 11.
I mean, I can't stop it. It just means I'm not dead.
And then
Okay, so we each
because
lose 11 from here.
yeah, so you would go down to 1.
Oh snap!
And then I will gain 22, but it'd actually be 44
What?
because of Alamar's.
Where's your poison counters when we need them?
You already have 1 each.
No, you need more.
I'm the one given poison counters. Why would I give them to myself?
Because that's fair. That's humanity.
It's only fair, Brian.
It's totally balanced
Fair.
magic. All right, so then
Balanced fair magic is what we're here to play.
so 2. Then I will use 4 treasures down to 6. Recast Dina, her original form. Kabam. Then I will tap Thran Dynamo for 2 with 1 floating to play Endless Atlas. I will use the 1 floating plus Arcane Signet to tap it to draw a card. Only activate if I have 3 more lands with the same name. I do, so I will draw 2 cards because of Almar's Archive. That doesn't. That's a card I just tossed in there to fill a spot and forgot to take out. I will tap 1 for a Mere Scrapperling because hey, it's a fucker. This is tapped. Ron, do you have any? You have. Oh, never mind. You have. I don't think any other options. Yeah, I got 2 lands in hand, so I will pass turn.
On your end step, Brian, I have to figure out an answer to this now. I'll pay a blue into Kenrith to draw a card. That doesn't help me. We'll draw another card. That also doesn't help me. Another card. That doesn't help. Sack a treasure to draw a card. That doesn't do it. 4 to draw a card. 3 to draw, well, 9 to draw a card. 8. Draw a card.
And you still got Descent to worry about.
7. Draw a card. Well, I know, but like, even if I can survive the descent, you combo kill me when that descent trigger resolves.
Well, that's true.
So I have to figure out how to either get rid of your commander or get rid of your descent, and then I have to figure out how to or get rid of your
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it. I should have played Garth.
You're gonna get the last card. It's gonna be exactly what you.
All right, I got nothing. You can go, Ron.
I think Brian just wins
Alright.
on Ron's turn, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stack my upkeep triggers, and I'm going to do my exile first. My Wild Wasteland says I skip my draw step, and I exile 2, and I can play them this turn. So I'm gonna do that first before the Avernus.
Well, don't you have to get
And
through
I've
the
got-
upkeep to get to the draw step to skip it?
No, they're both upkeep triggers.
Oh, sorry.
Wild Wasteland is skip your draw step at the beginning of your upkeep.
Oh.
Exile
Gotcha.
the top 2 cards. So they're both upkeep triggers, and I'm gonna choose to do Wild Wasteland first.
Yeah. Nope. Totally gotcha.
So
Didn't realize the
I've
second card.
got Mr. Gutsy and Cage Sun. Neither gives me life, so neither gives me any benefit right now. However, I'm still gonna play them because the artifacts ping. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's do 6 from the Nyx Lotus for the Cage Sun. And then off of the Reckless Fireweaver, everybody takes 1 damage for the Cage Sun coming in. And then
And that
1,
and then that would
2.
start Brian's combo.
Does it?
Yeah, if Brian's combo begins when he gains life or one of us loses life, which I mean was going to happen to descent into Avernus anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Anyway.
yeah, we would need to either get rid of Exquisite Blood or Brian's commander to stop that from happening.
Well, I can't do that, so we're just fucked, I guess.
I got there.
Anyway, I will play Mr. Gutsy. That is an artifact, so that will ping everybody for 1. And at my upkeep, I will add 2 counters to Descent into Avernus. Everybody will gain 10 treasures and lose 10 life. Um, I don't
And then
know.
Brian.
Does this trigger before I die? Like when
No,
I.
once as soon as you have less than zero or less than once you have as soon as you have zero or less life, you die as a state
All
based
right.
action. Nothing else happens.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Yep, me too.
Congrats, Brian.
You did it, Brian.
Woo! That was impressive.
Ah,
Although to be fair,
that'll teach
I,
me.
I, I owe the win to Tomedy and him letting us draw cards. So
Aww.
And your generosity in donating to
extra life.
charity.
That's right.
Thank
So
you so
Claps for
much.
thank
comedy.
you, Tomedy, twice for 2 different reasons.
Yay.
All right. So that is 11:38. Do we want to just call that there? No. How?
I think I need to tonight. I'm like really fighting a head cold. That's why I don't have my camera on. I'm like a swamp monster right now. So like, yeah, I think I need to be horizontal on the couch.
Yeah, you sounded a little off and
Thank
stuff.
you
I
all
get it.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. So first and foremost, I would like to thank my 3 guests so much for joining me for this charity stream. It means the world that you guys would participate in this. Thank you so much. The game was a blast, not
Thank
because
you
I
for
won. It was just
hosting
fun to laugh and talk with you guys. And thank you everyone in chat for hanging out. I'm gonna find out right into. I think Filthy Casuals were on, like that. But while I'm doing that, starting with Brad, please go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you and what you're up to.
Absolutely. Well, hi everybody. My name is Brad, also known as Steel City Brad on the internet. Seated there is my wife Steph, also known as Steel City Steph on the internet. She has dropped our links in the chat. If you want to know where to find us on the internet, that's where. Including links to our socials and our Mox Field and Steph's Twitch channel. We have been in the guesting on EDH streams game for quite a while, but have recently started doing our own stream, sort of a magic variety kind of stream where we do either like, well, if we have booster packs lying around, we'll crack them and play a best of 3 sealed match between me and Steph, or we'll do drafts on Arena. We've done a couple Commander streams, mostly just, whatever we feel like whenever we feel like it, because that's where we are in our lives right now. But we were selected by Wizards to be ambassadors for Foundation, so we've been doing a lot of that. You'll be if you follow the Twitch channel, you'll be seeing a lot more Foundations related content from us. So we don't really keep a schedule, so the best way to know when we're going live is to follow us on Twitter or Blue Sky or Threads and subscribe to the channel so you get notified when we're going live, because we kind of just go.
Yeah.
But oh, and the last thing I'll say is that we have a couple Magic events coming up. So if you're going to be at Eternal Weekend or PAX Unplugged, we will be at both of those, and we would love to say hi if you're going to be there as well. And that's it.
Ron, you're up.
Hello, I'm a girl named Ron. Everywhere you can find me on all the socials at my linktree / a girl named Ron. So it's pretty much a girl named Ron everywhere. I will also be at PAX Unplugged in December, but I will be streaming throughout the weekend this weekend for Whatnot's big sale weekend. It's Whatnot card stream event, and I'll be multi-streaming it to YouTube and Twitch. I also stream EDH games and teching, deck building, and things like that on my channel, as well as a variety of other things, unboxings and things like that, and just chats. I am happy to teach folks how to play Magic, in particular women, femme presenting, POC, and LGBTQ family members, because we are few and far between in this space. So I am grateful and happy to assist in making this space more diverse. So it means a lot to me to see myself represented in the spaces that I'm in. So if I can help to make spaces more welcoming and diverse, I'm happy to do so. So please connect with me and say hello. Check me out on all my channels. And thank you so much for having me. It means a lot to me to be a part of a charity stream. Um, and I'm grateful that you asked me. So thank you. Thank you for having me.
Steph, did you want to add anything to what Brad said?
I don't think I do. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having us. We had a great time.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we are going to raid over to the Filthy Casuals. They are awesome. They also do charity stuff from time to time. I think they're pack cracking and building some stuff, so that's going to be fun. Go say hi. Go tell them we sent you. And thank you all so much for hanging out through the last couple days, watching us play and donating. You guys are awesome. You can follow me wherever, Unskilled Commander, TikTok, YouTube. Check me out. I have comedy skits and deck techs and stuff like that. Blah, blah. But that wasn't the. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time.